Hello, good morning. My name is Ervan Togatoro and my partner name is Glenn Andra Yusuf. We are from Universitas Patimura Ambon. We are presented our research paper with the title Deaf Employees in Customer-Facing Roles Balancing Disability Advocacy and Professional Service for Sustainable Inclusion and Equality in the Workplace. In today's business world, customer-facing jobs demand high emotional labors and often leading to stress and burnout. While supportive leadership and organizational resource can reduce this effect, employees with disability, especially the deaf worker, face additional inequalities. Globally, employment and pay gap remain wide, and deaf employees often shoulder extra emotional labor by explaining sign language and accessibility tools to others. This advocacy to vitals and adds unseen strains. Guided by the job demands research model, the study explores how advocacy expectations impact stress, burnout, and job satisfaction among deaf employer customer-facing employees, and identifies which organizational supports like clear roles, inclusive leadership, and communication access can foster sustainable and equitable workplace. Here are the variables of our research. There is advocacy expectations as an independent variable, surface acting or as a mediator, deep acting as a mediator, burnout as dependent variable, job satisfaction as dependent variable, perceived organizational support as moderator, and role clarity as moderator. So there is one independent variable, two mediator, two dependent variable, and two moderator. Our research objectives are the first to analyze how advocacy expectation influence burnout and job satisfaction among deaf employees working in customer-facing role. Second, to identify the mediating roles of emotional labor strategies, especially surface acting and deep acting in shaping employees' well-being outcomes. And the third, to examine how organizational resources such as perceived organizational support and role clarity moderate the effect of emotional demands on burnout and satisfaction. The fourth, to develop practical and policy recommendations for integrating advocacy responsibility into job design and performance evaluation system in inclusive workplace. And the last is to provide empirical evidence and strategic insights for policymaker, HR practitioner, and organizational aiming to build sustainable disability inclusive employment framework. And we use mixed methods, the combination of qualitative and quantitative methods. And in quantitative method, we have sampled 3090 participants, which is 40 deaf employee and 200 hearing coworkers and 150 customers. We are using tools PLSM to test mediation and moderation effect. And also for the qualitative method, we use semi-structured interview with deaf employees and interpreter professional, and to explore the lived experience and efficacy of inclusion. Our research involved 390 participants, including 40 deaf customer-facing employees across Indonesia retail, banking, hospitality, and service sectors. Results show moderate to high advocacy expectation and job satisfactions with mean score of 3.85 and 3.75. However, burnout levels also moderately high at 3.59, reflecting the emotional demands of dual service and advocacy roles. Data met normality assumptions, confirming reliability for further analysis of how advocacy expectation, emotional labor, and organizational support and role clarity influence well-being and job satisfaction. All constructs show strong validity and reliability with loadings above 0.88, AVE values over 0.78, with reliability scores exceeding 0.9. Both Fornell-Lakers and HTMT tests confirm discriminant validity, with HTMT ratios below 0.85. These results confirm that all measures are robust and ready for structural analysis. The structural model shows strong explanatory power, with R-square of 0.789 for burnout, and 0.803 for job satisfaction and high predictive relevance. Advocacy expectations significantly increase burnout and reduce satisfaction, with surface actings worsening and deep actings elevating burnout while improving satisfactions. Perceived organizations supports buffers the impact of advocacy on burnout, and role clarity reduce stress from surface acting. Mediation analysis confirmed that surface acting partially explains the link between advocacy and burnout, while moderated mediations show that support weakens this effect. Overall, the model highlights how emotional labor's advocacy demands and organizational research interact to shape employee well-being. Qualitative interview with 40 deaf employees reveals that advocacy tasks such as educating college and interpreting for customers are often unrecognized and uncompensated. These visible labors create significant cognitive and emotional strain, extending beyond formal job duties. Participants describe daily efforts to explain accessibility needs, reflecting the dual burden of service and advocacy. These insights complement qualitative findings show that higher advocacy expectations significantly predict burnout, highlighting the hidden cost of inclusion work in customer-facing roles. Deaf employee manage frustration through surface and deep acting, and displaying require emotions while copying internally. Surface acting implies exhausting, whereas deep acting maintain engagement and job satisfaction. This highlights how advocacy tasks intensify emotional labor and supporting the mediations between advocacy expectations and burnout.
Organizational and supervisor support significantly reduce burnout. Even small gestures like supervisors learning sign language boosts inclusion and well-being. However, when advocacy wasn't formally recognized, employees felt invisible, highlighting the need for genuine policy-backed inclusion. Unclear advocacy roles increase stress and confusion among deaf employees. Role clarity reduced burnout but didn't boost satisfaction on its own. The findings highlight the need for clear policies that define advocacy duties and protect employee boundaries. True inclusion goes beyond individual effort. Participants stressed the need for systemic accommodation, shared responsibility, and measurable policies. When accessibility is built into culture and system, job satisfaction rises and inclusion becomes truly sustainable. Integrating quantitative and qualitative findings provides a holistic view of how advocacy expectation and emotional labor shape deaf employee well-being. The data reveal that advocacy expectation significantly increase burnout and lower job satisfaction. Participants describe feeling drained by the dual responsibility of serving customers while explaining accessibility effort often unseen by the organization.
The findings highlight key actions organizations can take to support deaf employees who balance service and advocacy roles. Advocacy work should be formally recognized through evaluation, reward, or promotion criteria to validate contributions or prevent burnout. Training that promotes deep acting such as mindfulness or empathy-based communications can reduce emotional strains. Workload should be balanced or rotated to avoid overburdening employees. Ultimately, fostering a culture that celebrates accessibility and integrates advocacy into policy and HR system is essential for achieving sustainable inclusion and employee well-being. This study revealed that advocacy expectation increase burnout and reduce job satisfaction among deaf employees, with surface acting worsening and deep acting improving outcomes. Perceived organizational support and role clarity buffer this effect, but advocacy tasks are often unrecognized and adding hidden emotional labor. Practically, organizations should formally recognize advocacy work and provide emotional regulations training, clarify roles, distribute responsibilities, and implement systemic inclusion policies. Together, these actions foster well-being, engagement, and sustainable inclusion for deaf and other marginalized employees.